When it comes to a gorgeous, picturesque city with fascinating history and culture, it's hard to beat Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Amsterdam has it all: historical architecture, thrilling nightlife, and stunning natural scenery. One of the most iconic aspects of Amsterdam is its canals, which wind their way throughout the city, providing breathtaking views of its countless medieval and Renaissance buildings. No wonder it is called the Venice of the North. In this video, let us explore the best of what Amsterdam has to offer. The best time to visit Amsterdam depends on what you want to experience in the city. But be prepared for the inclement weather. Rain and wind can come and go anytime. If you're looking to see the iconic Dutch bloom, visit during spring between March and May. If the quaint and quiet side of Amsterdam is what you're looking for, visit during autumn when the leaves turn golden and vibrant. And visiting during the winter, one gets to see the picturesque, snow-covered Amsterdam, with winter fairs and snow games happening in the city. In addition to being one of the busiest airports in the world, Schiphol Airport is a hub for many air travelers. Upon arriving to Schiphol, go to the NS train station directly beneath the plaza. The train will take you to Central Station in northern Amsterdam, from where you can easily explore the rest of the city. With Amsterdam being one of the most visited and backpacked cities across Europe, there are plenty of good neighborhoods to stay in and explore. It's possible to find many budget-friendly hostels, as well as upscale and boutique hotels. For budget accommodation, the Old Center is the ideal neighborhood to stay in. You'll be a walk away from the main attractions, principal shopping and nightlife areas too. If you want to stay with the locals, then the Jordan neighborhood is your best bet. It is also the best place for longer stays with the neighborhood, lined with quaint cafes and shops. And to thoroughly experience the nightlife of Amsterdam, Leidseplein is the place to be. The area has the largest concentration of theaters, music venues, and nightclubs. The best way to see Amsterdam is by foot or by bicycle. Also known as the Bicycle City, there are designated bike lanes and traffic lights. Also, there are plenty of places one can rent them. While you're there, if you're looking to have some fun with your friends or family, rent out a tandem bike and head out for your Amsterdam expedition. You can also explore by boat if bicycles aren't your thing, thanks to its many canals that crisscross the city. What's a trip to Amsterdam without taking a cruise through the canals? The canal cruises usually take 1 to 2 hours, giving you a unique perspective of the city, letting you admire its iconic architecture and learn about its history. There are also trams and buses to explore the various iconic landmarks located around the city. The city's public transportation system is convenient, efficient, and affordable. When in Amsterdam, there are a few must-see classics that you absolutely cannot miss. Amsterdam's oldest church, the Oude Kerk, is just a short stroll from Central Station. The church no longer hosts services, but it is a hub for modern and historical art, with pieces made specifically for the space by well-known artists. The Amsterdam Town Square, Dam Square, is also a short stroll away. The square is constantly bustling with events like performance art, locals getting together, and numerous tourist sites and attractions. At Dam Square, significant historical occurrences like the liberation of Amsterdam from Nazi rule in 1945 took place. And to commemorate the victims of World War II, there is a national monument found at the square. The De Nieuwe Kerk is a splendid neo-Gothic church constructed in the 15th century after the Oude Kerk grew too small to accommodate Amsterdam's rising population. Although it now hosts art exhibitions, it once hosted weddings and royal rituals. The Royal Palace of Amsterdam, which overlooks Dam Square, is a sight you shouldn't miss. The royal apartments decorated with priceless art and antiques are open to visitors. The palace also boasts a fantastic museum that chronicles the history of the Dutch royal family. On a side note, don't forget to check out the big wooden clog on Dam Square. Originally, they were made to protect the feet of factory workers. Today, it is a big part of the Netherlands' history and culture. You can also buy a pair from the many stores around the city. From here, travel to Amsterdam's most well-known red light district, De Wallen. There are numerous window-fronted shops rented out to sex workers along its winding streets. De Wallen has a long history, and it was once home to many brothels and other businesses associated with the sex trade. Nowadays, it is a tourist attraction with chic cafes and bars. Everyone should make a trip to the Old Heineken Brewery to get an authentic taste of the Heineken experience, unless of course you're underage. The famous Heineken beer was created in this historic building and is now well known all over the world. You can experience the brewing process firsthand on these tours. Not far from here is Vondelpark, a sprawling park with attractions, including a playground, pond, and theater. On hot summer days, the park is filled with people sunbathing, playing games, and picnicking. In the autumn, the leaves of the trees turn a beautiful golden color, making it the perfect place to take a stroll. With over 70+ museums, Amsterdam is home to some of the most renowned museums. They also prove to be a great way to learn about the city. Start your journey at Museumplein or the Museum Quarter in the Oud-Zuid district of Amsterdam. Located here are 3 major museums: Rijksmuseum, Van Gogh Museum, and Stedelijk Museum. The National Museum of the Netherlands, Rijksmuseum, is dedicated to Dutch arts and history. Visitors can explore 800 years of historic Dutch art spread across 8,000 pieces in 80 galleries. Some famous artists include Van Gogh, Vermeer, and Rembrandt. The Van Gogh Museum is the largest collection of works by the legendary Dutch artist, including his famous paintings, The Potato Eaters, and The Starry Night. But the museum is more than just a display of Van Gogh's work. It's also a place to learn about his life and the times he lived in. One of the other museums in Museumplein that offers a fascinating insight into Dutch art history is the Stedelijk Museum. It is home to an impressive selection of modern and contemporary art, with works by Pablo Picasso and Henri Matisse. But the building in itself is a work of art with its iconic curved facade and stunning glass atrium. Something is humbling about visiting the Anne Frank house. It shows how one person, Anne Frank, can make a difference even in the darkest of circumstances. The museum is in the same building where Anne Frank and her family hid from the Nazis for over 2 years. It's small, but packed with information about Anne and her life in hiding during the Holocaust. Another fascinating museum that is sure to blow your mind away is Body Worlds. Through the process of plastination, human bodies are preserved, allowing people to see vulnerability and complexity of the human body. Several exhibits feature interactive features and display the bodies in various positions. If you're looking for a real taste of Amsterdam, then you'll want to head to the New Markt. This historic square is home to a daily market where you can find fresh produce, flowers, and delicious Dutch foods, especially Dutch Gouda. Be sure to try the traditional herring or the Dutch pancake. Alternatively, head to the Albert Kuip Market. This open-air market is packed with stalls selling everything from fresh seafood to Dutch cheese. You can also find Thai food, Indian food, and much more. Be sure to try the stroopwafels, which are wafers filled with caramel syrup. If you're looking for a change of scenery from Amsterdam, there are plenty of great day trips from the city. You can explore charming villages or visit some of Holland's famous tulip blooms. During spring, make sure to visit Bollenstreek. This is where rows of tulips of varied colors bloom. Every year, more than 7 million flowers bloom at the Keukenhof Gardens, whose scent is unforgettable. The charming town of Zandseeschans is known for its windmills, and it's a great place to get a sense of Dutch history and culture. Originally, these windmills were used to grind grain and pump water, but today, they are mostly tourist attractions. Or visit the prettiest village in the Netherlands, Giethoorn. It's easy to see why this Dutch village is called the Venice of the North. Quaint canals wind their way through the town, and charming bridges span them at every turn. And the best way to explore the village is by renting a boat. Volendam is a small town located to the north of Amsterdam, about 25 minutes from the city. It is best known for its traditional Dutch culture and picturesque setting. Here, explore the town's cobbled streets, visit old windmills, and sample local Dutch cheese. That concludes the end of our extensive guide to Amsterdam. This eclectic city is home to beautiful architecture, interesting museums, and lively nightlife. If you're planning to head there soon, make sure to visit headout.com to help you make it easier to plan your trip.